You remember walking home through the park. You remember the crowd enjoying the summer sun. You remember the girl who almost knocked you over when she rode by her bike. She tried to apologize without stopping and almost ran over a guy coming the other way. Your phone started to ring. It was an unknown number. Hello? Hello, this is Avis Healthcare Clinic calling about your test results. Wow, that was quick. You were only in the clinic yesterday. We'd like to reschedule an appointment for you to come and discuss the results with one of our specialists. Sure, when? Well, the sooner the better, really. Are you free this afternoon? You couldn't help but start to worry at the urgency of it all. Did they find something bad during your health check? Or maybe they found something special, like immunity or something, and wanted us. Yeah, I can make it this afternoon. Just announce yourself at the reception when you arrive. See you soon. Beep. Yes, you remember. The health check had been part of some new government initiative offering free in-depth tests at participating clinics. Say that 10 times fast. Urine, blood, vision, hearing, x-rays. The checkup had taken nearly half a day and had been utterly exhaustive. The idea was supposed to be if there was something wrong with you, no matter how minor, the test would find it. You'd expected some small problems, of course, maybe slightly high blood pressure or too much body fat or something, but the truth had been far more shocking. What is that? I'm sorry? I said your results are perfect. Oh no. You're gonna try to preserve me or something. No trace of any kind of physical defect, and no history of hereditary diseases in your family, so the chances of you inheriting an illness are incredibly low. Miss, may I call you Lana? No. Do you have any idea how rare it is to get a perfect score on this test? You're one of a handful of people, the real cream of the crop. Well, I'm honored. That was some kind of weird way to put it. You fidgeted uncomfortably in your number. I am a human being and not a test that you fill out. On the other side of the desk, the doctor looked upon you with a slightly unnerving smile. Yeah, don't call me Lana. Hey, piss off. Lana, I'd like to talk to you about the Easter Initiative. The what? But first, she stood up and started preparing something. Then she took a step around the desk with a needle in her hand. I would punch her really hard right now. That is when punching is the answer. First, I just have to give you this shot. It's standard procedure in these cases. But you said I was perfectly healthy. Come now, you're a little too old to be afraid of needles, aren't you? It's not the needles I'm afraid of, honey. Things felt wrong. Before you knew it, you were on your feet and backing away towards the door. But once you reached it, it swung open to reveal a tall man in what looked like some kind of military uniform. Well, great. Grabbing you by the arms, he said nothing, but held you in place as the doctor advanced. The sting of the needle puncturing your flesh was soon to be replaced by a spread of numbness, a feeling of incredible fatigue, and finally encroaching darkness. You will really thank me for this, Nana. I promise. So I can wake up like 38 years into the future with no one else except this one guy, which is surprisingly awesome, but still. The last thing you remember, before you woke up here, it's all too much and not enough. Your memories are turning, but only creating more mysteries. You can feel your body trembling, but it's a very distant sensation. Hey, there you are! Gasping, you spin around to the doorway. Oh god, it's just you, trash. I gotta hand it to you, you did good this time. I mean, you lose points for running off like that, but I never would have known a place like this even existed if I'd busted my ass coming after you. So, you know. Thanks, I guess. Mixed emotions right now. Trash looks around the room with undisguised excitement. So, you just got this crazy hidden bunker sniffing out powers, or... Yeah, apparently just this one, though. He trails off, seeming to finally notice the dead bodies in the room. Yeah, not so good. What the fuck? Hey, are you okay? Jesus, you look like you're gonna chuck. Come here. In an instant, he's by your side, supporting your body as it slowly slides down onto the floor. Have you been here or something? Yeah, you think you're nodding. It's hard to tell. I'm nodding right now, too. So you can explain this shit? No. Wow, okay, let's just stay right here, okay? Put your head between your legs for a second. Put your head between your heads. Wow, I have more than one head, guys. He quickly goes around the room, covering each body in turn with the blankets that lie at the foot of the beds. Listen, I'm gonna case the joint. What's that mean? Is it okay? Are you okay if I leave you here for a sec? Well, I was here alone for quite some time, so yeah. Okay, great. Don't move. I mean it. If you're gonna pass out, better to do it as close to the floor as possible, right? Yeah. Receding footsteps tell you he's gone, but it's all very dim in your mind. Nausea has taken over every part of you. Everything makes even less sense than it did before. What do all these memories mean? What is this place? As soon as you feel strong enough, you look around the room once more. You do know this room. You do. You woke, and it was like dying. Just pain and terror and blinding light. You ripped the tube from your throat, and it felt like you'd ripped yourself open. Falling forward, you cried out as needles embedded deep, slipped free of your body. You cried out, but couldn't make a sound. Ugh, I just had to rewind and read it again on what happened. Then you were on the floor, twitching and panting in the unforgiving white light. Cold tile, blistering air, and every part of you felt like it was on fire. It felt like hours until you were able to open your eyes to finally be able to see the room. The rows of bed with sleepers, everything plugged in just like you had been. You couldn't scream, you ran. You zigzagged through the hallways, falling against the wall again and again, but always pushing forward, escaping. Where did the doctors go? The only noise in the sterile white prison was your own. No one came to stop you. Nothing else stirred. You climbed the stairs on hands and knees, and when you finally reached the top, it was like surfacing from a deep and unknowable abyss. You found a heavy door there, scraped and pushed at it until it began to swing open and prepare to breathe. Oh my god. Until you saw what waited on the other side. You opened your mouth, you screamed, the silence rang out. The silent scream. The worst kind of scream. The memories cycle around in your head until eventually everything fits into place. You're as complete as they could possibly be, and though they answer very few of your questions, there's a deep relief in having them back. Now in the aftermath, you no longer feel sick, you just feel drained. Your legs wobble as you slowly stand and leave to find trash. Didn't he tell us to stay in place? But just in case he got lost or something, or what if somebody else got him hurt. You can hear the sound of boots loud on the hard floor, of things being unceremoniously rifled through, coming from the end of the hallway. You gotta be a little bit creeped out, dude. The first thing you notice is Trash, grappling with tightly sealed crate, trying to pry it open. From the sweat on his brow and the flush on his face, he's been at this for a while. Come on, you bastard. The second thing you notice is the almost perfectly preserved wall of computer equipment. Looking at it, you can almost pretend that you're back in your time, but unfortunately, nothing will turn on. Actually, now you think of it, the power's failed in this entire place. Every door you've passed through has had a security pad, but you simply walk through. The emergency lighting must have been running off a separate backup power source, and that, you note from the occasional flickering, probably won't last much longer. Haha! Oh yes! Bang! What? The noise startles you, and nearly to death. For a second you think Trash has gone nuts and tried to shoot the stubborn crate open. But it was just the sound of the pressure being released as the lid popped. Okay, let's see here. You join him, and look inside the box to find a lot of individual vacuum-packed bags. They are each labeled with a different name. This means nothing to Trash, and he starts ripping into them without a care. He opens one, and an MP3 player falls out along with a handful of change and a small paper pamphlet. I really need to stop. It's been an hour and a half, but I can't stop reading this. He regards the device for a few moments, tries a few buttons, looks it over closely before tossing it over his shoulder. Useless. No, be careful what you do with it. He works his way through 2 more packets this way, discarding various items that, while familiar and comforting to you, are utterly useless to him, plus 2 more pamphlets, until his hand lags on a bag with a familiar name attached. Is it my name? Hey, that's mine. Grab it. Say, hey, that's mine. Grabbing it right away is just rude. Hey, that's mine. You hold your hand out expectantly. Trash blinks. Psh, what? Has it got your name on it? Well, no, but I can recognize it. Actually, yes. Oh, apparently, yes, there is my name on it. Holding up his hands, Trash relinquishes the bag. Thanks. You and me gotta have a talk about all this stuff sometime soon. What? It's in my bag. Inside your bag are only 2 items, a cell phone and another pamphlet. You recognize that phone instantly. It's definitely yours. The battery is long dead, of course. Yeah, it's been like 38 years. Trash sighs, uninterested and unaware of the significance of this discovery for you. This is pointless. Dude, well, this is important to me, so you're welcome to leave if you want. Tell you what, you keep on working your way through this garbage, and I'll go check the other rooms. Okay, sounds like a great idea. You turn your attention from your phone to the unfamiliar pamphlet. On the front cover, the words, "The Easter Initiative," pluck at your memory. And here comes the creepy music. Thank you. I was trying so hard to ignore it. Okay, gonna take that as a sir, yes sir, and I'll get to it, shall I? Yeah. Trash leaves. You settle down on the floor and open the first page with a mounting sense of excitement and fear. For me, just probably fear. You read, "The Easter Initiative is a code red measure to be employed only if an alternate solution cannot be found." If you're reading this, then you are the solution and humanity's best and strongest hope for the future. Well, that's just great because everyone else around me is dead. You were tested and found to be of exceptional health, earning you a place in this revolutionary project that I never agreed to. Jerk. No doubt you have questions, which the lab technicians will be happy to answer for you if they weren't all dead. Though please rest assured that the initiative has access to technology at the cutting edge of known science. Your sleeping period was perfectly safe and you will suffer no negative effects from the hibernation. By default, Phase 1, Stasis, the Easter Initiative, is scheduled to run for 100 years. Oh! The technicians will inform you if complications have resulted in a longer hibernation period. Well, you're gonna wake us up and tell us, we need to have a longer hibernation? Wouldn't it just make more sense just make us keep sleeping? Although apparently it broke 38 years in and no one's around, so okay. Regardless, you have been woken because now is the time to rebuild, and you'll be a critical part of the New World Order. Great, there's only one person alive. You skim the rest of the pages. They detail things like how to adjust to your new life, dangers to be aware of, and the chain of command, coping mechanisms for grief, and culture shock. Apparently we've been doing quite well. The final page has only one line of text. Above all else, you must place your own trust in the project runners. Ha ha. Yo, how's it going in here? Not great. You almost dropped the pamphlet as Trash comes back. You may be dumb with shock, but he actually looks pretty shaken himself. What did you see? Maybe he thumbs back over his shoulder, pointing out the hallway. Maybe don't bother going into the other rooms. Are there more dead people? It's not pretty. You can guess what that means. More corpses. Great. If this is really truly real and not part of some elaborate fever dream, if you really were part of this Easter initiative, there are no other survivors. Oh my god, the music cut out very suddenly. I guess Trash, judging by the fact that he doesn't know any of the technology, was probably a few generations in, like he probably got born sometime during all this happened. And it's kind of sad if you think about it, because probably all his parents and everyone died, and he's the only one left. That's pretty mortifying, having to witness all that as a kid, or at least a younger person. Listen, it's gonna be dark real soon. We either go now or we're stuck here for the night. I don't want to stay here either, and I doubt, unless the project runners suddenly, wake themselves up, let's just go home. I don't want to stay here. Trash looks relieved. Yeah, me neither. It stinks of death in this place. Probably because there are lots of death. Come on. He extends a hand to you. Let's go. Take his hand. You take Trash's hand and let him help to your feet. Yay! He doesn't let go immediately, wrapping his fingers around your own in a tight, brief squeeze. Okay, home it is. Let's go. As Trash heads out the door, you cast a glance back at the room. At the time, you only had been half aware, but now you see that one of the items that Trash discarded earlier was a CD case. It now lies open on the floor, CD half hanging out of it. Let's get it. You quickly pick it up and stuff it into your pocket before turning and following Trash, leaving the room far behind. Bye, creepy place. The journey back to the shack goes by in a blur, and by the time you are home, you don't even remember it. Sleepy time? Is that why it's so dark?